As a respected farmer of Berwickshire, I felt obliged through your columns to challenge the statements made by the Northumberland Hind, indeed to set down the facts plainly and to point out some fallacies. He, the Northumberland Hind, objects to the bondage system, which provides him with a free house, cow's keep, potatoes, and cartage of coals, etc. He says that he must pay £12 a year in wages for the bondager, and that he calculates her lodgings, etc., at 5 shillings per week. That is a very high calculation of wages, and as to lodgings, etc., surely that is of no account whatever in a family.
Sir, you will greatly oblige if you will allow me a small space in your paper to lay before the public and farmers in general a few remarks upon a letter by a farmer which appeared in your last week's impression. The farmer says some parts of our wages we will always fail to appreciate till deprived of them, such as a cow, a free house, potatoes, free cartage of coals, etc., etc. As for a cow, I have not got one, and were I to say that I had a free house, coals carted free, I would be guilty of a great falsehood. The word free means without expense. Then how can this house, etc., be free when in return I am compelled to keep a hired woman and give her board and washing? As to it being of no account to lodge the hired woman with my family, what family would not like to have all the hearth to call their own? Our bairns know the difference as they toddle about, and even the cat, with no bondager to torment her, sits purring on the hearth. Remember, we are feeding a strong outdoor worker.
This is overstating the position. I would suggest that in a large family, a bondager is a boon to a hind, when the amount of household work she performs is taken into consideration. Many hinds' wives who work, that is, undertake bondage work, leave no one to look after the house. How do they manage to get their household work done when an able-bodied young woman cannot work at night after a day's work outdoors? Nonsense.
As for household work, these women care little for household work and would rather sit with hands folded or gossiping with neighbours whilst their mistresses over head and ears in walk. Although hired by me and therefore my servant, if urged to help, all I would excite would be a sneer of contempt